Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I would just like to take this time to thank everyone who has already subscribed and everyone who commented in the last video. I am really stoked. I'm quite overwhelmed at the response, and I'm really glad that you guys liked my introduction video. So today I just wanted to address the topic of supply chain. How I got into supply chain, what is supply chain, everything that you need to know about supply chain. I'm going to try answer your questions. Sorry, my glasses are smoking up. I get asked a lot of questions on social media pertaining to how is it that I got into supply chain, and yeah, I just want to answer everything that has to do with supply chain. So when I first went to varsity, wait, let me even take it back to matric. When I was in matric, I wasn't sure what it was exactly that I wanted to do. I just knew that I want to make money. That's the only thing. I just knew that I want to get into business some way, somehow. I wasn't quite sure where I was going, but I just knew it had to be business orientated. Cool. Now, my parents were really pushing for me to go to America, and I was just like, nah. I was not feeling it at all. So I came up with a plan. I went to I don't know if he's a psychologist or psychiatrist, but Mark Stone Street, I think he's also still practicing, and I did a aptitude test with him. Cool. Had a conversation with him and told him like where my mind was at. I wasn't like 100% sure about going to America, so I had my heart set on either UCT or tax. Ripping tax. I had my mindset on those two places, sharp. So we devised a plan where he would talk to my parents and also let them know that maybe me going to America is not the best bet. But in the meantime, let's do the aptitude test and see what the results say. Cool, so do the aptitude test. Aptitude test comes back and it says the best courses for me to take with my personality would be business management, first choice. Second choice, industrial psychology. Third choice, marketing. So I'm just like, industrial psychology, what is that, sir? At that time, I didn't even know. Like, I was just like, okay, business management was just like, okay, cool, sharp. Industrial psychology, marketing. I'm like a type A personality. Like, some of my friends would even say I'm so strict. So marketing, like, I don't think I can think outside the box. Anyway, I was happy with that because I was just like, okay, cool, baby boy's got my back. He's basically just going to advise that I should go to a varsity here. Cool. So I applied everywhere. UJ, tax, VITS, UCT, I applied everywhere. Anyway, and I applied everywhere, even Monash, I think. UJ specifically was for industrial psychology, and I think I did get in, but I didn't want to go to UJ because I don't live so far from UJ, and I think if I went to UJ, my parents were going to make me stay at home, and I didn't want that. I wanted freedom, sharp. So, past matric. So I was one of those people where I should have taken maths lit, but the fighting spirit within me, the cadre, can I say, the MK veteran in me said, no ma'am, I'm going to take on maths full straw. Your girl took maths. Does matric final marks come out? Got the BD, I'm excited. Clips, look at the maths mark. I think I was sitting at like 42 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Jesus, God me, help me.
I was dizzy at the time, but when I got my results as well, I didn't care. I just saw BD and I was like, that's fine. Now it's 2013. A girl needs to decide what's happening. I decide tax, that's where I'm going. It's far away for me to be by myself and have my independence, but also close enough if I want to come home. I can just get on the freeway and I'm home. Cool. So I go to tax. I'm thinking, with this maths mark, surely I'm going to be right. I can get into BCom straight. Nope. To my surprise, they tell me you're going to Mamelodi campus. I'm just like, what? Like for a bridging year. Then I can go straight into BCom in second year. I was very dizzy. Like, I was very dizzy when I heard this. And there was so much going on at the time. I had broken my ankle at Swedish House Mafia. I'm starting 2013. I'm limping into 2013. It was a hot mess. I don't know, sharp, Mamelodi campus. I'm just like, what the hell, Bazalwane? I did not know what I had signed up for. But it turned out to be the greatest blessing in disguise going to Mamelodi campus. So fine, in Mamelodi campus, I'm now faced with another obstacle that I need to do. They called it WTW 183. I even remember, that's how traumatic it was. I did pure maths again. Whew. I remember that semester was like one of the toughest semesters of my life. And mind you, in matric, I think it was 3 tutors. I had my maths teacher as my tutor. I had somebody else. And I was also doing like online math. Like I had tutors for maths. So getting that 42 also rocked me. I was shook. And now I'm being rocked again. Mamelodi campus, they're saying, ma'am, you need to do WTW. Sharp, okay, do WTW, seeing flames. Because it's pure maths without a calculator. Flames. By God's grace, I passed first semester because it was only for 6 months. It was only for the first semester. I was so grateful to God. Fine. Now, in Mamelodi campus, like if you're doing the BCom course, we all kind of do like similar subjects in the beginning. And then we're going to choose, you'll choose what course you want to go into on mainstream campus. Cool. So there was a project that we had to do for one of the courses, which was, I don't even know what it was called, but basically we had to like research on all the BCom courses that were available at TAPS. Now I come across, I think my group, we did do supply chain. Yeah, we did the research on supply chain. And I had remembered, I actually had a conversation in matric with one of my best friend's moms who was saying to me, dude, I definitely see you in supply chain. And at the time we were talking about it, I was just like, ma'am, I'm not really sure. Like, you like an aunt to me. Of course you're gonna, you know. I wasn't sure. And she just said, like, just look it up, you know, have a think about it, take it from there. So here we are doing this research. Her voice is playing in my head where she said, no, I can see in supply chain. Do the research, and I'm just like, wow, this is a whole new world. This sounds like something I definitely want to do. So I'm one of those people, I get bored very quickly. Like, I need to be mentally stimulated. I need to be challenged. I look up supply chain, what the course has to offer, and I'm just like, wow, this is for your girl. I was like, this has my name written on it. Shall we do the research? I'm like, okay, cool. I think this is also eventually what I want to branch out into. Fine. Eventually apply for mainstream campus and I get in. So for me, Mamelodi campus was essentially like a testimony because it was like a taste of varsity without being like full force being in varsity. I learned so much in that year. I learned a lot about like myself as well, having, you know, tenacity, the grace of God that will carry you in the most difficult times. Like I learned a lot in that year and I'm very grateful for that year because that year is the reason why I think I finished in record time as well, because I wasn't dizzy. When I got into mainstream campus, I knew what I had to do. I knew I had to get in, get out, get that certificate. So that's exactly what I did. Excuse me. So sharp, do my undergrad with tax, do my BCom supply chain, had the most incredible lecturers. Shout out to Mr. Lehman. He's still one of the greatest lecturers that have ever lectured me, and I'm so glad that he got to lecture me again last year when I was doing my master's. He's so passionate about supply chain, and you always want to be surrounded by people who fuel you, who ignite that fire inside of you. Cool. So now I'm done with my undergrad, but while I was in my undergrad, it was always in the back of my mind, you need to get your honors, you need to get your honors. Sharp. So tax doesn't offer BCom supply chain honors. Now it's like back to the drawing board. What is the person gonna do? I know, sharp. Person looks up, UJ offers honors in logistics. So it's either UJ, Stellenbosch, or UKZN. I was just like, Stelly is not gonna happen, UKZN is also not gonna happen. And on top of that, a job opportunity landed on my lap. So here I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I go study full time or do I work? God said to me, you're gonna do both. So I ended up working. I got into graduate program at a 3PL, a third party logistics company, can't say their name. And then I decided that I'm gonna do my honors over 2 years because it was heat. Like UJ does not play. UJ honors was one of the most humbling experiences of my life. UJ as a whole, I feel like that could be an episode or rant of its own, but UJ was very humbling. Cool. Did my honors over 2 years, and during that time, my life was rocked. So many things happened. I lost my mom. Like, guys, those 2 years were just the most. But here I am. Fine. While I'm doing my honors, it occurs to me that, God, why me? Like, I'm working and studying. All my other friends did their honors within 1 year prior to that. And they were having fun. Like, when they got into their first jobs, yes, they were making like work friends, whatnot, but they did not have to ever balance the scale. I've constantly been having to balance the scale. But I also can't fight God's plans for me. So I take it on because I know He will give me strength. Cool. Then, while I'm doing my honors, I'm like, I definitely want to do my master's. So while I decide on that, I'm like, the only place that really offers a master's in supply chain is tax. So I'm grinding. I'm grinding in honors, telling myself I need to get into tax. I was so serious about it. Like, I put my head down and I worked. I made sure I had a good average in order to be able to get into masters with no kinks, no nothings. Cool. So I do that, work hard, and then I apply to tax once again to do masters, get my motivational letters, my referrals and everything. All of this is happening while I'm working. I'm just like, God's plan, I'm not gonna fight it. Your girl gets into masters. So then I do it's an MPhil business management, supply chain management at the University of Pretoria. I'm like overwhelmed, I'm just over the moon. Do I not get another offer to work at one of my dream companies? Of course I'm gonna take it. It is what it is. So I take the offer, and here I am once again faced with working and studying at the same time. At this time, I did masters in one go, 1 year. Last year, if I didn't die last year, I'll never die. I'm a cat with multiple lives. I did my masters in 1 year by the grace of God. He carried me from start to finish. I cried. I used to cry. I think I used to cry every single weekend. And people who knew me, yes, I used to go out because I was also dealing with heartbreak here. Now I'm dealing with masters here, new job there. Yay. When I'm telling you that I was spinning around, you know that song, Kylie McNown, I'm spinning around. That was your girl. That was me spinning constantly. But I made it. I passed my master's, and I didn't do too shabby. I mean, I could go to do my PhD, but I had to give school a break. But yeah, that essentially is how I got into supply chain. That's been my road in supply chain. Now I am a supply chain consultant. I'm extremely happy with what I do, and I just hope to keep growing in that position. Eventually, hopefully, have my own consulting situation going on. But it is a difficult industry to be in. It's very male dominated, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, everywhere you step into that has to do with supply chain, whether it is the logistics end of it, procurement, anything that has to do with supply chain is very male dominated. So as a lady, you have to be very sure of yourself. No man can rock you, baby girl. No man should rock you. No man can tell you you can't do this, because you can. Like, what men can do, women can do. And I've just told myself that this is where I want to be. God has planted me for a reason. And this is where I'm going to say. That's why I've taken it up to masters. But if you are 18 watching this in matric and you're not sure, go easy on yourself. It doesn't matter if you change course 3-4 times. As long as you get to a point where you eventually, finish what you started. If you're 26 or 30 and watching this, you can start a new course tomorrow. You can start a new course next year. You are the one who is responsible for your future. But I want people to stop being so hard on themselves, having to figure out, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? Oh, no, this, that. You need to go where your heart leads you. You need to go where your passions lead you. You need to ask God to guide you, or whoever you believe in, your maker. But ask for guidance. If it's your underground gang, ask them to guide you. Like, ask for guidance on your way, and you will get it. The universe speaks to us in ways that we don't even realize. So, with that said and done, I hope that answers majority of the questions that I'm always being asked about supply chain, because I do get asked a lot of questions about, and sometimes it's like I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I guess it is what it is. So that's why I decided to just make this video. So if anyone wants to ever go back and refer on it, they can. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my little story. I don't know, do we call it a story? I don't know. But this conversation that we had, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this for the first time and if you haven't subscribed, please remember to subscribe, comment, and like. And please, everyone, turn on your notifications so whenever a new video drops, you are the first to know. Thank you all so much for the support as is. I'm truly humbled, very, very thankful. And I hope you're all still staying safe, washing those hands and sanitizing. Stay home, stay safe, and I will see you on the next episode. Thank you.